Hello and welcome, I am Zerbraxi, and we're going to be taking another look at Guild Wars 2. The news has been quite slow lately, so what I decided is we're going to take a look at some of the major points that makes Guild Wars 2 so unique and interesting, and some things that may have just been forgotten or not focused on enough. Today's special guest is the Hall of Monuments. Transferring saves and campaigns is something that's become quite popular in video games, and it's no exception to Guild Wars 2. The Hall of Monuments is something that basically can take your quote-unquote save file from the original Guild Wars and carry it over into the sequel. Now, this is going to give you a ton of perks. It's going to give you titles, it's going to give you a bunch of these weapons and armor skins. However, I think the thing that's the best about them is the fact that it's not anything that's really game-breaking. Just because you didn't play the first one doesn't mean that you're going to have a disadvantage to someone who has, and vice versa. Just because you have played the first one beyond belief doesn't mean that you are going to have some cheap advantage that may cheat in the victory for you just because you've had prior experience with the game. Now, the stuff is purely cosmetic, however, it's enough to really get you excited. With stuff like weapon skins, armor skins, and titles, you have the ability to unlock a whole variety of different things that are going to be coming out in Guild Wars 2. Now, what's required for the Hall of Monuments? Well, you have to own Guild Wars and Eye of the North. From there, you can begin your journey to start unlocking everything for your Hall of Monuments. Now, how do you get things for your Hall of Monuments? Well, you can get them by basically doing anything. You can get a bunch of points by collecting mini-pets, getting hero armor, getting armor of your own, getting special weapons, by clearing dungeons, by exploring the entirety of the world, by perfecting every mission in the game. Basically, anything you do will have a role in the Hall of Monuments in one way or another, and in doing so, you will get points in your Hall of Monuments, and from that point on, you will get something in it. Each point does give you something. The only time it stops is after 30 points. There's 50 points total in the Hall of Monuments, and after you've obtained 30, you will no longer get items and weapon skins, just titles, which will occur every 5 points. Now, each of these weapon and armor skins are actual classic skins from the original Guild Wars, which will carry over into its sequel, which is quite nice and nice fit. A lot of them are skins to the really revered items that have been existent throughout the game, whether it be in the past or current. Not only will you be able to unlock classic skins throughout the game, but you will also be able to unlock skins that are new to Guild Wars as well, which I'm not sure if they're going to be exclusive to the Hall of Monuments or not. I don't think that has been stated yet. So now the important question, how do you get to the Hall of Monuments? How do you know what you have and how do you know what you need to get? Well, it's quite simple actually. Just head over to guildwars2.com. Then click on the Game tab, and in the Game tab, you're going to click on Hall of Monuments. By clicking on the Hall of Monuments, you'll see the screen to include your character name. By clicking on that and importing your name, it'll tell you actually how many points you have, what you can get, and you can even use this template to optimize yourself to get the most points for the least amount of effort. Now, if there's anybody out there who's still wondering, why should I do the Hall of Monuments and why is it such a big deal? Well, 2 reasons. First off, this shows that now it's not just save integration from a single-player RPG, that this is something that's going and prescinding that now, and going to the point of MMOs as well. MMOs have always lacked something, and that is the feel of a quality single-player RPG in a competitive and a cooperative multiplayer universe. Now, this is something that transcends those boundaries, and is actually coming to the first time ever to bring something new and completely different, to bring it so that way your previous achievements and your previous accomplishments in the game beforehand will no longer be gone in that MMO, and you will now have them in your current game. And the second reason is 50 points, the last title, Champion of the Gods. If that isn't enough of a reason, I don't know what else more I can tell you.